and welcome to a new video. Today we're gonna take a look at some spicy gameplay here with both Porygon-2 and Porygon-Z there as well. Both of the move lock-on as well as Tri-Attack Community Day move, which is really cool for this Pokemon because you're going to be able to debuff the opponent's defense and also attack for 50% chance, which is pretty damn decent. Honestly, this move is really good. Like, I hope Tri-Attack might even get onto other Pokemon other than Porygon, because a lot of other Pokemon also would learn it. And this is an actually really cool move to use, as you're going to see most likely in this video as well. We're going to have at least some more spice here for the Open Great League, which I feel like a lot of people kind of miss nowadays, because yeah, like recently it's all kind of around Noctowl, Lantern, Trevenant, Galarian Stunfisk, Medicham, all the same stuff. But today, at least, we have some more fun things here to look forward to. The team itself definitely makes a lot of sense, like if you want to build a team around 2 Porygon at least, because you're going to have a lead that's going to be able to destroy most fighting-type Pokemon, while also being able to hit hard those Steel-type Pokemon, both which you don't really want to encounter with your Porygons. As well as you're going to have access to the general, like, 2 Pokemon in the back that are normal type, while you kind of lose against any ghost type with the elite. So that's kind of nice. Actually, both Porygon running a Zapcan here, which sadly got a little bit nerfed, which is a little bit bad for them, but at least here we were able to see a first boom against the opponent's Skarmory. Like this, we're going to see also another boom here against the opponent's Swampert coming in. Very fortunate for you, as you're going to be able to knock them out there. Actually, I think the Porygon-Z here or something would also learn Blizzard, and the other one would like learn Solar Beam, would be also an interesting moveset for that. But here we're going to see now the Cresselia coming in. Do we get the debuff immediately? This would make this matchup way better. Sadly, no debuff right now, but maybe you even want to shield this move up just so you can get the debuff later, and this is actually exactly what you're going to do here, which I think is a smart idea. Going for a Tri-Attack now, this might help you out quite a bit, as you're going to see here now that you're going to get the debuff, which is going to be so nice, as you can take the move now way easier. The opponent going to get knocked out by another charge move here as well, because both their attack as well as their defense is going to be debuffed. You overfarm by quite a bit here, and this is going to do some decent damage. Going to get the shield from the opponent, not another debuff. You could shield this move up actually if you wanted to. If it's a Grass Knot, you can survive it. It is a Grass Knot. Okay, you cannot survive it, just barely not. But you're gonna go ahead and go into your Deoxys, which actually nearly can counter it all the way down here. This might be the play you want to go for. Just gonna go straight for the counter here, and you might not even have to throw a charge move. You might, yeah, you're just going to be able to farm all the way down. They can still get to another move, which might just be a Grass Knot. It is just a Grass Knot, and you're going to get out of this matchup with one-hand energy, which is actually really important for you, as you're going to have the Thunderbolt now against the opponent. Actually, I think they wrote the thing wrong. I see, like, on my right side, I think there is a Rock Slide, so I think they wrote it wrong when they submitted it, but it's fine. We're going to be able to go ahead and go for the Tri-Attack, so they're running Thunderbolt instead. That's very nice. Tri-Attack going to do some decent damage. Sadly, no debuff. You kind of have to hope for the debuff at this point of time here right now. Let's see if we're going to get the debuff now. We're going to get the debuff now, which is kind of nice. I would shield this, to be fair. But you're not going to shield it. You're going to try to get the Thunderbolt off, I guess, against the opponent's Sableye, but I don't think it's going to do enough damage to knock out the opponent. Is there any reason to go for Thunderbolt over Rock Slide right now in the meta? Not really sure, especially as you have already 2 electric type moves in the back. The opponent going to be able to win CMP anyway, but the Thunderbolt won't have knocked them out anyway either, so that's going to be fine here. Next opponent, horrific lead there with the Haunter. Such a cool Pokemon. I really wish Haunter would be back somewhere and like people would play it. Raticate, actually so underrated. I recently really wanted to make a video about Raticate as well. Maybe I'm going to do it eventually. This Pokemon has a really good bulk, has a really good fast move, and really good charge moves as well. Especially as if it's purified. This one is not purified. But sad thing for this Pokemon, the best core for this one, which was with Nidoqueen, is sadly gone, because right now Dark types that are not able to beat any Steel types have a lot of struggles right now, like this Raticate for example, as you just don't really have a good core together with them anymore. Here we're going to see the next Tri-Attack coming through. Maybe you're gonna get the debuff against the Haunter. It's going to be shielded, which is nice, and the opponent going to swap out into the Swampert, allowing you to go into your Deoxys. A very great recognition here that you're going to need the Deoxys anyway, only in this matchup, as Haunter going to completely war you usually. This will allow you to go for another charge move here with your Deoxys. This Psycho Boost coming through, going to do some decent damage. The opponent going to be super low. You should throw basically immediately here, in my opinion. But you're going to go ahead and shield this move up. It's a little bit risky, but I guess you just try to go for 2 Psycho Boost here. You're going to have to shield this move up then as well, I guess. Hopefully they're running both. Oh no, they're running Ice Punch. Completely forgot that this happened, like, I don't know which season it was. But they actually got Ice Punch as a coverage move nowadays. But they let the move go through, forcing the opponent to even throw here against you as well, which is going to be another Ice Punch, and you're going to just lock on them down with your Porygons, which is going to be amazing for you. Next opponent is Zoomroll. You can swap out here immediately, in my opinion. You're going to stay in here. Don't really think this is the play to go, because you have an ABB line. You kind of have to keep your Deoxys alive. And Zapkin going to nearly one-shot them. I don't think it does one-shot them, but it's nearly going to not one-shot them. So throwing the Thunderbolt here is kind of unnecessary, because they just have an ABB line. You're going to get the shield, which is good for you, but again, I wouldn't really go for the Thunderbolt here. You have two Pokemon that are the same in the back. You don't really care about the matchup in general, but he at least got both shields from the opponent. For whatever reason, I would shield this move up here. Okay, it's going to be an Ice Beam. That's something that they at least can take. And we're going to see the Registeel coming in. This Registeel will not have a great time. 2 Zap Cannons should be enough to knock them out here. I'm pretty sure, yeah, it is enough to knock them out. Zap Cannon does so much damage. You can shield this move up from the opponent as well. You can even overfarm later on, or you're just going to let this move go through as well. That's also okay. Both are fine, because you have like basically the same Pokemon in the back either anyway, so you can just go ahead, go for one Psycho Boost here if you want to knock them out, or you're just going to let the move go through as well, and you're going to let the Zapcan go through here. You will be able to now lock on them down, I guess, and you're gonna go for a full Porygon-Z sweep. That might be the case here. You're going to see the Sableye coming through, Zapcannon coming through as well. Let's see how much damage it's going to do against the opponent. It's going to do so nearly a one-shot, and the Azumarill comes in as well. It's going to be so amazing to watch. They're going to see another Zapcan coming through, and we can say another boom here. Goodbye Azumarill. Entire sweep there by Porygon-Z. 3 kills for this Pokemon. This is a wild. Next opponent, we're going to see a Swampert in the lead here. Again, that's kind of okay for you. Can go ahead, go for one Psycho Boost. You're just going to have the counter, which is going to add up against the opponent. We see an Earthquake coming through, which is actually kind of okay for you, because you can just go ahead, go for one Psycho Boost. Now, you can even swap out after this one if you want to, and you're going to swap out here. I agree with this play. There should be kind of a range for one Tri-Attack already. Tri-Attack should do around like half of the health of the opponent. You're going to let this move go through. Kind of interesting play there, as you're going to have to shield this move up now anyway, because you overform too much. But the opponent's definitely energy dry now. We're going to see the Galarian Stunfisk coming through here against you now, which is going to be a little bit awkward. You have to hope that you're going to get the debuffs. You're not really that lucky with the debuffs so far, in my opinion. Like, I feel like you don't get them all the time. Like, here, okay, now you finally got them. It's basically what you're supposed to get, I think. Like, it's every second time, which is how the odds are. The Tri-Attack coming through here again. We're going to see that you can go ahead and maybe even go for another one, but nope, you're gonna get to a charge move here, which is going to be the Rock Slide coming through here. You can try to counter them down with your Deoxys. Maybe you have to go for one Psycho Boost, and there's going to be a Psycho Boost coming through here onto the charge move from the opponent. Going to knock them out. You're going to swap out immediately, as they're going to outspeed you though with the Swampert. It's going to be a little bit awkward. Swampert is coming through here as well. They're going to outspeed you all the time. You have to take one move basically, eventually at least. You can overfarm by a little bit here, but you're going to see the Noctowl coming in. Do they know about the Zapcan? This is the question here. Do they know about Zapcannon being a thing on the Porygon? They do not, and we're going to see the one-shot against the opponent, but Swampert going to get to another charge move usually, but not today, I guess, as he can go ahead and go for one Tri-Attack. Going to get another debuff or anything like this, but the lock-on damage actually put them pretty low, maybe even into one counter range. Do they have 2 charge moves stored already? Let's see, they do not, and you can counter them down. Good game there. Next opponent, we're going to see a Venusaur in the lead. You're going to be able to outspeed the opponent to the Psycho Boost, but of course, the Psycho Boost after a few debuffs not going to do too much damage against the Venusaur. You're going to keep your shields alive for the Porygons in the back there. Might be a smart decision. Let's see here. We're going to see the Psycho Boost coming through, going to one-shot the opponent. You're going to see a Jumpluff coming through to Grass-type Pokemon already. That's kind of unusual. We see the move coming through from yourself here, the Tri-Attack. Are you going to get the debuff, dude? Actually, it's kind of what, you never really got the debuff on the first one, which is really unfortunate, because you really want to have it on the first one, of course, because all moves afterwards going to do more damage against the opponent. Here we're going to see the Tri-Attack coming through again. Now you're going to get the debuff. It's basically always the second one, which is kind of wild, to be fair. You can shield this move up if you want to, but you're going to let this move go through, and you're just going to go full for the Porygon-Z here, as this one going to go ahead and tries to CMP tie here against the opponent's Jumpluff with your own Tri-Attack. It's going to get the shield from the opponent. They're going to swap out into the Lantern. Going to be a Water Gun Lantern. This might be a little bit annoying to deal with. The opponent stored one move on their Jumpluff again, and you again didn't get the debuff on the first one, which is really annoying for you, as it now kind of Yeah, it's going to be a little bit of an awkward one because this Tri Attack will not knock out the opponent yet. Let's see how much damage it's going to do here. It's going to do some decent damage. You didn't get the debuff here either, so like you're really not lucky with it, but you're going to be able to survive it with 1 HP, allowing you to go for 1 Psycho Boost here, allowing you to most likely get the final shield by the opponent. Can you outspeed them though? That's going to be the question. Do they get to 2 charge moves in time? They definitely have a lot energy, like a lot more energy than you right now, but you can just outspeed them. I think there's also CMP tie there. This was such a close game here, as a lock-on is just so fast. It's the fastest fast move in the game in terms of generating energy, which is really amazing with having a nuke and actually a pretty decent bait move here. Honestly, if Porygon-Z or like Porygon 2 had like just a little bit better stats, it would be such a cool meta breakup, but yeah, sadly the stats kinda are lacking for those Pokemon. They're a little bit squishy, but here we're going to see the Deoxys against Ninetales, which is running Charm. As you can go ahead and go for 2 Thunderbolts here, you will be able to do some decent damage usually, but you already got them into range where Tri Attack should nearly knock them out actually. You have no shields on the opponent's part here. Let's see if that's going to knock them out already. It does not. The opponent can now go for 1 charge move and you have to kind of respect it in my opinion. But you're just going to go full into Porygon-Z. Like, it's kind of interesting as a play that you just never really care about Porygon 2 too much. I think Porygon-Z has a little bit higher attack stat, so I think the stats are pretty close though. You don't get to the Zap Cannon there sadly, but yeah, I think it has a little bit of a higher attack stat, so basically saving the shields for that would make some kind of sense, I guess. You can try to catch a move here and you try to do this, which actually works out, which is kind of wild. There's going to be an Icicle Spear here, going to knock you out of course, and you can go for 1 Tri Attack. This should not knock them out yet, because it should do basically as much as the Porygon 2, but actually it does. Okay, so definitely Porygon-Z has a little bit more attack here, as you're going to see the insane Zap Cannon coming through this, does like around 300% or something. Goodbye there, Pelipper. Double super effective Zap Cannon in their face. And we can go ahead and go into the second to last game here against a Swampert in the lead. There's going to be definitely a decent matchup for you, as you can go ahead and go for some Psycho Boost damage as well. I see the charge move coming through is an Earthquake again. It's going to be a Hydro Cannon. That's totally okay for you, as you can go for your own Psycho Boost right now. Missed 1 bubble there, not too bad, as they're going to shield up anyway, and you're going to swap out immediately, which is an interesting play. You're going to not outspeed the opponent. I would shield this move up. It could be an Earthquake. It is an Hydro Cannon, so that's at least fine. Earthquake would have one-shot you most likely. This is going to do definitely a ton of damage here, the Tri Attack. They're going to shield this move up again. You don't get the debuff. You're really not lucky with that so far. You're going to see now the Hydro Cannon going to knock you out. You're going to go back into your Deoxys most likely. You go straight for the charge move here. Don't know if this was the correct play because it does not knock them out here. I can't really talk anymore. But you can let this move go through and you're just going to go 2 shields Porygon-Z again. I guess this is the play to go here. You're going to try to farm down. No, we're going to see the wall phase coming through. You sadly don't have access to the move Focus Blast here, but still, you can go for 1 huge Zap Cannon. Hopefully you get the debuff there. You don't get the debuff, but you're going to get them low, but this is going to be not a good game here. That's going to be a loss, sadly, as there's no way that you're going to get to any charge move with either of your Pokemon. They still have 1 Pokemon in the back, which is going to be a Skarmory, and they just forfeit there at this point of time, which is fine. We're going to be able to now see the matchup against the Mighty Cham in the lead, which is definitely something. Okay, this does definitely make sense that you have the Thunderbolt for this specific matchup, because it's going to allow you to not debuff yourself, or rocks that would be resisted. I guess here we see the reason on the last battle why you're running Thunderbolt on your Deoxys. Definitely does make sense now after thinking a little bit about it, because this Mighty Cham would be an issue otherwise. Still, they're going to be able to go for some psychic damage, which is going to hurt you quite a bit. Are you going to be able to knock them out? This would be definitely beneficial. You're going to not knock them out quite yet. You didn't hit all the bubbles, which allows you to farm them all the way down though. We see the Azumarill coming in. You have a Zap Cannon for this Pokemon, but we're going to see a Nidoqueen coming in. This is kind of a rare Pokemon to see. Do you get for the first time the debuff immediately? Let's take a look at this one. You do, which is amazing for you, as you can go for another charge move. This would knock them out now because of the extra damage from the debuff, and you're going to actually hit this one. I would actually just go ahead and go straight Tri Attack at this point of time, because honestly, the Azumarill, like, what are they trying to do here? You're going to be able to survive another move here. You could just go for the Tri Attack, please, thank you. Because now you can just debuff them the entire time. I feel like this is the cooler play anyway, as you're going to get the debuff there. Like, look at this. They have to shield something anyway. Okay, and they're going to forfeit anyway. So it's going to be fine here. Thanks all for watching though for the video. Hope you enjoyed it. You're going to see 2 videos on the screen right now. If you enjoy them, like, please check them out. And otherwise, see you in the next video. Bye.